I need to assemble a team, but I can't reboot DedSec alone. Let me break into London CTOS and see who's available.
I'm Claire Waters, and we've been discussing the hacktivist, now alleged terrorist group, DedSec, on this week's Buccaneer Radio. I have Colin calling in. Colin, what's your take?
Now, I've been saying from the start we should have rounded up DedSec and thrown them in jail. Now, I'll say they should all be lined up and shot.
You don't find it awfully convenient that they've been fingered as the attackers, but we've seen no proof?
Look at Tone! Look at our city! What more proof do you need?
Well, Colin, I'd say you have to look at their history of non-violent action. Albion's put more civilians in the hospital in the past few months than DedSec ever has. I smell a scapegoat. Now I have Emily calling in. Emily, what's your take?
You're absolutely right, Claire. The government's just framing DedSec because they want to make it seem like they have this under control. They probably have no clue who was behind the bombings. But that doesn't look good on the news, does it? DedSec's been a thorn in their side. Who better to pin it on?
Angie, I have you next. What do you make of all this?
I think, if anything, DedSec showed their true colors. It's terrifying to think we harbored such a dangerous element for years. Terrorists in our own backyard.
Do you find DedSec more frightening than the different gangs in London, like Clan Kelly?
Clan Kelly might set your shop on fire and maybe they'd kill you, but even they wouldn't try to blow up all of Parliament.
Next, I have Crypto King. Do you feel safer using a pseudonym?
Everyone should. Why make it easier for them to track you? And now we've seen what they're capable of and how far they're willing to go.
Hold on. Do you mean the government? Are you suggesting the government was responsible for the bombings?
Oh, trust me, Claire. They didn't do it alone. They're all in on it. The government, Albion, Sirs, Bloom, Sky Bloody Larson, and all the way up to Downing Street. They want to keep us scared, harness us with mind control, suck every last ounce of usefulness out of us, and even in death they'll sell off our bodies.
And what do you suggest we do, Crypto King?
Go underground. Deep enough, no electric signal can get you. It's the only way.
Well, thank you to all of our callers today, and thank you for tuning in and scouting for the truth along with me. Next week, Buccaneer Radio will be diving into the Albion Corporation. Just who are these men and women being paid lucrative amounts for the city's defense? Are they protecting us? Protecting London? Or someone else's interests? See you next week, fellow pirates. Claire Waters, out.
was still at.
Shit. Situation is worse than I thought. But there's a candidate. Looks like you're DedSec's best hope.
Wow. Oh. What's it got? Yeah. I'll pick your pocket. Like Spike Lee looking dude. Shit. Everybody's dark. Okay? Everybody got a tan. So. Like that shirt, homeboy. Indian dude. Big up to Onyx, by the way. Big up, big up, big up. Pick the brother, yo. Where that? New members. Word out. Wipe it off, homie. Keep it moving. Let's do this. New York streets like Greece. Contacts at the firehouse. Whip. It's my car.
Glad to see you're alive. If you're still committed to the cause, DedSec needs you. I'll send you the coordinates to our last safe house. Meet me there.
All right. It's the volume thing. Yo, big shot. Raw sauce. It's another one. They said 1 and 1 is 2. That was me and you. But we ain't stuck like glue. Boom. I like my ex the yo. But please don't burn my toast. She wants me to be her bloke. But she can't cook Sunday roast. You can't deny, you looked in my eye, when I walk by, cause you know that I'm fly, fly boy. They call me, let's turn you and I to we. She said, boy, you're silly. Then ran for her bus quickly. No oyster, I didn't chase it. I just jumped in the whip and I paced it. She started laughing, and ahhing. I said, man, this girl is starting. I said, babes, I'm a big man. I got big plans. They call me Big Shot. I make the thing go quack from way back. And I made man's not hot. You know you like that. Wanted to vibe. Man don't dance. Look in my eyes. Man don't dance. 1, 2 step. Man don't dance. Flex on your ex.
Go around a little more.
Man don't dance. Touch my chest. Man don't dance. 1, 2 step. Man don't dance. Man don't dance. Man don't dance. Skitty up. Boom boom. Skitty kick. Boom boom. Brother push back. Oh, that's your girl. Her waist back. Then she started moving shy. I'll take you to the back. We'll eat breakfast in the sky. Tell them other man back. Tell them back. She can't sign that. Listen, babes, I'm actually a nice guy. Yeah, that's a good track. But if I text you, are you going to reply? You might decline, then I'll rewind. But you stay there, this is all fine. She started laughing, and ahhing. I said, man, this girl is starving. I said, babes, I'm a big man. I got big plans. They call me Big Shot. I make the thing go quack from way back. And I made man's not hot. You know you like that. Wanted to vibe. Man don't dance. Look in my eyes. Man don't dance. 1, 2 step. Man don't dance. Flex on your ex. Man don't dance. She stepped on my crepes. Man don't dance. Touch my chest. Man don't dance. 1, 2 step. Man don't dance. Man don't dance. Man don't dance. Man don't dance. I'll glance. You wanna ride? Take your chance. She looked at me and made a stance. I feel like MC Quakes in my lungs. She said, surely you got some moves. Babes, I do. Show me what you can do. Boom, I'ma take you through. So I just 1, 2 step, then I slide. Man, I just 1, 2 step, then I slide. So I just 1, 2 step, then I slide. Man, I just 1, 2 step, then I slide. So, said she wants to try. I'm no instructor, so bye, loud. Man, don't dance, I'm not that guy, Don't ask me why, wanted to vibe. Man, don't dance. Look in my eyes. Man, don't dance. 1, 2 step. Man, don't dance. Flex on your ex. Man, don't dance. She stepped on my crepes. Man, don't dance. Touch my chest. Man, don't dance. 1, 2 step. Man, don't dance. Man, don't dance. Man, don't dance. You done know. Skinny pop. 2 fingers pop. Big Shot. Yo. Man don't dance. Man don't dance. Man don't dance. We can vibe, but man don't dance. Man don't dance. Man don't dance. You done know.
As the hunger strike of 6 migrants currently being held at the Kennington Oval enters its 10th day, officials released a statement indicating that force-feeding procedures would commence in order to safeguard the lives of the protesters. International agencies have called the situation a humanitarian crisis. Join us on GBB tonight as we look at migrants, detention, and the prospects for a solution to this complicated and contentious issue.
You must be crazy or a damn fool. That you can burst man shade like fruit. I want you in your eye like your mother shampoo. When you get bust out your grip when you try and cool. God, you don't wanna see me in the wreck. I'll stop the chase. I am out on the road. You can bring it back a man, but they've been the Taliban. But they ain't really getting you close. So I beg a man slow. Stick to your road. Just as us, if man wanna try fold. You can get your eyes closed. Anytime bro. Wake up in the move with a tag on the toe. So run up on oh. Which far? You stick it on your head for the pound. Which far? Yo, we are not waiting for the pound. Which far? I eat that game for the pound.
Auto drive now enabled.
More time on the block with the man them, or we might link gal on a quick thing. Come around here, you will end up a victim. Got trigger man with trigger man syndrome. In the end, don't lurking or blinking, or you might get dipped on a quick thing blood. Why you talking all of that crowd? Man chat shit there when I transport. Chase man down, let me try man's log. Run up on the what do you think?
Report all suspicious activity to Albion. Cooperation is necessary.
Screaming in my brain, I'm buzzing through to count the bad things that you do. So I'm getting free. Whip the stitches out with me, then paint it blue. I only walk away from you.
You're listening to The Bug.
May cause nausea, vomiting and headaches. Hello Britain, this is The Bug, the show that holds up a mirror to...
Look at man, stop talking, you do laugh. Everyone round there knows you're soft. So next time, know when they're up and off. Step back before your nose gets smashed. Run up, which far? You're sticking on your head, run up, which far? Yo, we are now in, run up, which far?
Join us for our series, Born in Limbo, What Lies Ahead for Little Vicky Pulowski, as we explore the plight of children born to undocumented parents. Tonight on GBB.
Against this world, I hold my own. 15 texts on my phone, but hi-ho, it's off the roads I go. Did not get no student loan, would've spent that on booze and clothes. Box sitting wanna see me move on road. Moved them bricks and he moved us home. Look, welcome to London. You get caught by the feds, you'll get thrown in the Queen's dungeon. Mum's been wondering where's her son been. I'm a real top boy, mumsy, I run things. I'm a top boy like Duchesne and Sully. Granddad's from Kingston, St. Scully. Block St. Sully. In London, all everybody cares about is just money. New gen with my underdogs, I'm rolling with my stray hounds. Run the streets, don't come around here. The block is still my playground. Keep it square with all in face, you know they never stay around. Rap man moving silence, blood, but my team, yeah, that stays loud. Society giving me a chance. No. Listen if they said I can't. Nah. Would they listen if I told them through rhythm that I got Britain in my palms? Nah. Put in prison on their lip as a villain, killing you up before your chance. Yeah. Don't judge my bad decisions, man. Baby, I'm a sinner, man. Concerning how London Bridge ain't burning down. See all my people screaming, yet they turn my music down. Yeah. All they talk about is who they murder now. I will pray for my sins, but there ain't no church in town. Read my prophecy, Socrates, yeah. See my blocks in flames, I guess I'm hot property. Your estate is mine now, yeah. That's the hood monopoly. What? Hey, rude boy, come over here, fam. Empty your pocket, show me what you got for me. That's another song gone missing. Ain't no love in Britain. Word to Charlie and Dottie. Cause every day it's London living. Don't wanna catch man slipping. Don't wanna fuck with a villain. I pray that I'm forgiven, man. But maybe I'm a sinner, man. Oh, you think you bad now? Why you tryna be the man of the hour? Take two of these and we'll lost you forever. Sinner, man. Oh, you think you bad now? Why you tryna be the man of the hour? Take two of these and we'll lost you forever. Sinner, man. Oh, you think you bad now? Why you tryna be the man of the hour? Take two of these and we'll lost you forever. Sinner, man. Oh, you think you bad now? Why you tryna be the man of the hour? Take two of these and we'll lost you forever.
There was no initiation. They never swore me in. I hear the calls again. Let the rain and the storms begin. Just when I thought it was over, it's like I've been born again.
have reports of a hostile in your area. Over. Received. Responding to the situation now.
Received. Ramming the suspect.
All units, we are after the suspect. Through the checkpoint. Repeat, suspect is through the checkpoint.
Britain has a long heritage in world-leading innovation. From the steam engine to the Spitfire, it is the spirit and ingenuity.
Got them now.
Pursuing the target. Over. No visual of target. Ending pursuit. Over. No stone unturned.
Gold rings on some pimp shit, yeah, they're feeling me now. Whoa, funny but serious. Are we in my room with your back to the future and any mommy delirious? City to city, they be telling me I'm really sick. Young chick holding me down and she's the prettiest. I just wanna chill, can you chill too? Fuck it, I'm just doing what I feel to. Couple real women, couple real dudes, yeah. Middle finger high, feeling real rude, true. When these people acting like they got me, yeah, they like acting but they know me. If you're gonna do it properly, yeah. Fuck everybody, nobody can stop me, true. Nobody can stop me, I'm a Megatron. Yeah, I heard the song and it was mega wrong. Yeah, my ex-girl said I'm very stubborn. For your information, I am never wrong. I'm postmodern. I've been working all damn year. Win is where it's gotta be. I'm more than certain I'm vibing, forever working. Gotta put on the show before I can close the curtain. Forever working, I'm just trying to be the first in. If I make mistakes, then fuck it, I guess I'm learning. It's trends. I just wanna chill, can you chill too? Fuck it, I'm just doing what I go to. Couple real women, couple real dudes, yeah. Middle finger high, feeling real true. Why these people acting like they got me? Yeah, they like acting, but they know me. If you're gonna do it properly. Fuck everyone, nobody can stop me. True.
Let's turn the volume down, eh? All sorted then? Jolly good.
He wanted toast, eggs, the whole lot. So I said, and I would have been fine.
Stay indoors when possible. It is your duty to maintain order.
People were coming up to me asking me this. Investigation.
Back office is none of your business. You shit fucker. Here we go. Imbecile.
We're gonna have an altercation.
Shit for... I just can't handle this right now.
Let's discuss this.
Mess with a run one mistake.
All right, everybody just relax. Just calm down, please. It's about time. Carry on being a complete dickhead. Go for it.
Waiting for further instructions. Over.
Oxygen was gained in Ruby's home of war with the species, and they expect us to believe that everyone agrees CPOS is better than not focusing on sickness.
Dawn, follow me.
All citizens are required to report any unlawful behavior to Albion personnel.
This is happening. Back up, yo.
Someone got their ass grafted on their face, eh?
I've downloaded a patch to your optics so you can access our security system. It's set up so that I can't just let someone who isn't DedSec in. You'll have to do the manual override.
As long as I don't have to cut my pant to unlock some ancient blood seal, we should be fine.
Be careful! No, rascal! Wait, right now. Get away from me! I bet your knees are sore after getting down to those fashion tricks.
Can I help you?
Drop dead one, guy. What is going on? Really? Hey, you! Look where that's gone. Hey, I said hey!
I spend too much time online. I'm not going to start with this too. Gonna needle me about this. Well, first off, I am over the time. I do. I go for walks, do the dishes, clean the sink, loads of cleaning really. And it's not like I'm being no! I refuse to put something in art and culture. Oh, people just try and have patience.
Breathe, yeah? Relax. Breathe. Do you smoke? I mean, you could use the suit. Relax.
You're in my personal space. Don't be.
Burn down. That's what I told you. Yeah.
The mighty arse.
The whole damn building. And I had no idea.
Rolling in domain.
Oh, people are just trying my patience. I can't believe this is happening.
No, they'll say what. Free country.
Hey,
yeah.
ass what?
Look where that's gone. I refuse to put something. I don't know what's worse, you or everything that's happening around you. Come on, you got to be joking. I refuse to put something. I just can't handle this right now. Hey, jam yourself, yeah? Breathe, yeah? Relax. Breathe.
One of Sabine's, are you? I'll see you downstairs later then.
You're in my personal space. Don't be. Bugger?
I'm not gonna let my blood boil over this situation.
That's incredible!
This is happening. Why is this happening to me right now?
Wish me luck. Hello? Anyone there? I better get the power back on.
No DedSec registration detected. Identify yourself, or I'll seal the exits, hack your optic, and read you every drunken email you ever wrote until you starve.
Sabine sent me. I'm a friend.
Sabine's alive? Well, that's one piece of good news. I'm Bagley, DedSec's definitely not stolen, highly advanced AI assistant, and it seems I've been out of commission for a few months. Anyway, why don't you go connect me to the DedSec network so I can become more powerful than you could possibly imagine? I mean, catch up on what I missed.
and welcome back to The Upload. In this episode, we're talking about CTOS 3.0, the city operating system that's now powering all of London. For those of you who need reminding, as if anyone does at this point, CTOS was first used in Chicago in 2014 and then San Francisco in 2017 before coming here to London. And every time it's been rolled out, it's been pretty much an unmitigated disaster.
For those of you who are listening who are lucky enough not to be here in London's chaotic scenes, it's worth remembering that the telecoms tower is now owned by Bloom. The tower looms over northwest London. It's always been a communications hub, acting as part of the UK's television and communications network, although there's been some secrecy around its use, and now that Bloom owns it, it's only even more secret.
Yeah, now everything that's part of Bloom's city surveillance operation is run through the telecoms tower. And I have to say, it looks completely ridiculous. It's got that silly crown thing at the top and all the blue light.
What's that even about? What does it do? I don't see that there's any purpose to that at all.
It's a blight on the skyline, if you ask me. And it's become the main point of control for millions of people. The System Network and Bagley are both operated and streamed from there too.
And don't forget about the self-driving cars too.
I always thought they were just running on their own.
No, CTOS is the big control system behind the cars. There was a point back in the earliest days of self-driving car technology that they operated by themselves. They used to use a series of sensors to see the world around them. Radar, for instance, would look far off into the distance, while LiDAR would detect objects nearby. And while these cars still use some of this technology, Bloom CTOS and its detailed maps and data that it has on London really makes Bloom be able to take control of it. And CTOS can take control of your car if you're parked incorrectly. It's no surprise that it was made mandatory to have a self-driving car.
The system is so bad, though. It's so annoying. Whenever I try to use one of the shareable self-driving cars, I always find myself stuck in traffic jams or roadblocks. Not to mention the accidents. I've heard so many stories of cars shunting into the back of others.
I'm Claire Waters, and we've been discussing the hacktivist, now alleged terrorist group, DedSec, on this week's Buccaneer Radio. I have Colin calling in. Colin, what's your take?
Now, I've been saying from the start we should have rounded up DedSec and thrown them in jail. Now, I'll say they should all be lined up and shot.
You don't find it awfully convenient that they've been fingered as the attackers, but we've seen no proof?
Look at Tone! Look at our city! What more proof do you need?
Well, Colin, I'd say you have to look at their history of non-violent action. Albion's put more civilians in the hospital in the past few months than DedSec ever has. I smell a scapegoat. Now I have Emily calling in. Emily, what's your take?
You're absolutely right, Claire. The government's just framing DedSec because they want to make it seem like they have this under control. They probably have no clue who was behind the bombings. But that doesn't look good on the news, does it? DedSec's been a thorn in their side. Who better to pin it on?
Angie, I have you next. What do you make of all this?
I think, if anything, DedSec showed their true colors. It's terrifying to think we harbored such a dangerous element for years. Terrorists in our own backyard.
Do you find DedSec more frightening than the different gangs in London, like Clan Kelly?
Clan Kelly might set your shop on fire and maybe they'd kill you, but even they wouldn't try to blow up all of Parliament.
Next, I have Crypto King. Do you feel safer using a pseudonym?
Everyone should. Why make it easier for them to track you? And now we've seen what they're capable of and how far they're willing to go.
Hold on. Do you mean the government? Are you suggesting the government was responsible for the bombings?
Oh, trust me, Claire. They didn't do it alone.
That's it. I'm reconnected to the network, downloading our database, news archives, and... Oh no. Terrorist group DedSec responsible for deadly bombings in London. Dalton Wolf dead? I leave you people alone for a second and you immediately cock it all up.
Who could be brazen enough to set DedSec up for the bombings?
There's a gap in my memory after Dalton... Well, let's be honest, after I disarmed the bomb at Parliament. I'm missing information about what happened after I was taken offline. But from what I can infer, an unknown hacker group identified only as Zero Day was involved. I believe this Zero Day staged the attacks and framed DedSec for their dirty work. Come to my terminal. Sabine is requesting a video call.
Let's get a crack.
Patching in Sabine Brandt now. I suggest you listen very closely to anything she has to say.
There you are. I'm glad you made it. Bagley. God, it's good to hear your demented little voice. Is your memory intact?
Not even slightly. The last record I have is of our HQ being raided. My only lead is a group known as Zero Day. Ring any bells?
No. But the HQ was attacked by some men in black, the same that were at Parliament. Maybe working together. We didn't stand a chance. They just gunned everyone down.
Well, Ross Clark, I'm glad you're still with us.
I managed to escape through the sewers to Camden. A contact smuggled me out of the city, and I've been hiding out in the north since.
Prudent. Your profile is red flagged as a high-priority target in the city's surveillance system. Even a partial recognition hit would have you hunted down and shot on sight.
Listen me. As far as London is concerned, DedSec is responsible for the bombings. And anyone still working for them is persona non grata.
Listen, if anyone knows anything about risks, it's me. I lost everything and everyone. But it comes down to this. London is in a death spiral. And if DedSec can't pull it out, trust me, no one can. The city needs a resistance. And it starts with you. What do you say?
Well, sometimes you have to do what's right.
Excellent. New user registered. Welcome to DedSec. Now, it would be irresponsible of us to release you naked and mewling into the wild. You'll find equipment around the safe house that are essential items in your DedSec kit.
Got the bomb controller.
How curious.
Coming up. welcome. Hello, and welcome to today's episode.
This is London.
Pretty interesting, huh? No way to get out. I know there's a way to get out. Let me think.
We have a sophisticated system for hiding your identity from facial recognition tech. It's called a mask. And while we're here, perhaps we can talk about updating your wardrobe. I mean, look at you. Come on.
You've got all these fancy new toys, but it's also important to know the basics. You need to learn how to throw a punch and how to take one. Albion will escalate if you come at them with a gun and shoot you down. We want to avoid collateral damage. In DedSec, we try to use guns only as a last resort.
Have you already met Connie Robinson? She owns the pub and is an old DedSec contact, not to mention a champion amateur boxer. Go to the practice ring and she'll show you how to stop flinching when someone cocks a punch at you.
No crap.
I'll be right down. Could use the warm-up.
Let's start with some basic strikes. Hit me. Don't be shy. You're getting it. You want to get in under my block. Find the weak point. That's it! Yes! Nice one!
I gotta be a slice on
Quick on your feet now. You want to create distance. That's it! You're getting it!
Right. Gear in order? Know enough not to punch yourself in the face or get shot for pulling out a gun too early? Brilliant. I'm working out how we find Zero Day and ruin their day, but I need someone with actual legs to do the legwork. Hope you're ready.
We have some damage control to do if we want to change the perception that we're a bunch of violent thugs. I'll let you be the judge of how best to handle yourself, but remember, you represent DedSec now.